My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Is it doing the thing? Is it doing the thing? Has it had, maybe it hasn't had the trigger yet, so. Oh, no, it's still doing the thing in the background. Well, so we'll have a little bit of the docked volume for the old sound effects in this one. Leafy Poultice, pretty exciting start, gives you a little bit of direction, as well as removing 2 bad cards from your deck. What about those boots, though? Damn. Thigh highs. I think we could go... I just really like this section of this path. I'd like the idea to, strap that to something else. That's an okay opener. Like, I could literally hit this and then hop over, take 4 upgrades, and then a late elite. It's only 1 hop that I have to use. I get a bunch of question marks for it. That's really good. The alternative is like a super aggressive opening, in which case I head... Really? All the way up this way? Yeah, I want the rest before the first elite. So it's like a 3 elite line? Leafy Poultice to try and take that. There's also the possibility, the very, very slim possibility, I guess, that we trade in Leafy Poultice. It gives us enough power that we just straight up burn through that that left line. The reason I'm hesitant to do that is the early elite, and also the fact that this is guaranteed to be a tier 2 fight, which is to say non-easy enemy. The first 3 just... I'll mention this every so often. The first 3 normal fights, even if they're spawned in question marks, so possibly like that, these are always easier fights. Easy. And then, as soon as you're past that, those fights become harder. Hard. And sometimes, those hard fights are about as hard as an elite. Example being like Hunter Killer on the 2nd floor. But yeah, if I feel like I power through these 2 with no problem, then I can use the Leafy Poultice to force the way through the left so that I can get, like, straight up upgrading 3 cards with only 1 normal enemy between them. That's so much power. I mean, one of them will probably end up being Arrest, like, honestly, just given the 2 spaces previous. Damn. I like Winged Boots more, but only in the world where I get cards worth upgrading. Because, like, yeah, I've got a 4 upgrade line with the Winged Boots, but what am I upgrading with it? Thankfully, I will have seen by that point, like, a fair few fights. So I will have seen a fair few upgrades to start working around. Damn. I'm spending so long on this decision. Give me Poultice. Ooh, those do not make us stronger yet. Hegemony is decent damage. Not good, decent. Deals 15 damage, next turn, gain 2 additional energy. Parry is only useful, like it's a curse in my deck at the moment. I have no way of summoning the blade. So, I don't know what our chances of taking that leftmost path is at this point. Oof. I mean, yeah, I'll play out Parry, then I don't have to draw it again. Parry's not... Or rather, Sovereign Blade build's not going to be especially good against Phantom. Stardust would be. Hell, Celestial Might would be. Hell, Crush Under wouldn't be, but it is still a good card. Especially if I do want to try and power down that line. Having an AoE card is really important. I think maybe I just have to click it for that reason. Stardust is nice, but again, it's like another payoff similar to Parry. It's another payoff for like cards that I haven't yet taken. I do think removing cards is still really important here, but also it's possible I see something that... Yeah, I was really leaving myself open to the possibility. I was going to say it's possible I see something that, I have to buy. I was really hoping to see something like Bulwark. Doesn't have to be Bulwark, but something that would both serve as a defend as well as a high-cost card that Hegemony is helping us pay for, as well as a Sovereign Blade Summoner, so the parry is online. Like, if it could have done all of that for us, I would have been pretty happy about it. Oh boy. Really glad I played that Hegemony last turn. Knockout Blow, Glow, and Reflect. Reflect's just incredible, especially if I don't have any Star Spend in the deck yet. It's always get to this position and then decide what to do. This will save a lot of HP. Having vulnerability on the enemy so I can kill them that turn, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to. Child of the Stars, whenever you spend stars, gain 2 per star spent. We don't really have that much star generation, so I'm a little hesitant to add star costs into this deck right now. The only one of these that doesn't need any setup for me to put in the deck is Celestial Might. I don't want it to be Celestial Might. What if I took Child of the Stars and then I basically don't care that I have a parry in the deck? The parry is just treated as a curse until I can get rid of it. Or transform it, more ideally, I guess. Maybe. I don't think Sovereign Blade's going to help me that much on this floor. I mean, it's a bit like... I mean, it is the worst card in the deck right now. At least the strike does strike damage. See, the problem here is I can't take 3 elites in the future, right? So I can't get full value out of that line. But I also can't take 1 elite right now. Can't I? As long as I don't spend on Falling Star too often, I think I might be able to. With no potions, though. I expect to lose like 40 HP in the next 2 fights. If not, die. Let's see how we go. Come on, Reflect. It's fine. I didn't want it anyway. Hit him with the hedge enemy. I mean, yeah, we're pretty much right on time with the cycles that we need to be hitting. Crush Under is going to be 7 to all next turn, so... Who do I best assign this damage against? There we are. One of the Wrigglers that I can stop next turn. Put it 7 away from death. Enemy. Yeah, it's just the closest one to caring about another 6 damage past this point is going to be the backliner. I hope Reflect is drawn here, otherwise we might just... Ooh, nice. Might just die was going to be the completion of that sentence. That said, that has very much turned it around. That is the end of that fight. Giga! Oh, we go 1 rest, 2 rest, 3 rest. I mean, look, we've lost a lot of health, and the next fight is going to take health from us as well. So let's not count our chickens. I don't know how many chickens there are. I don't even know if I've got chickens. What's a chicken? Do I take Monarch's Gaze? When you attack an enemy, it loses 1 strength this time. I don't have that many attacks. I can get more attacks, and Gear certainly cares about having more attacks, and I just realized that. Oh boy. Yeah, this one's gonna be a toughie, actually. Should I dig this turn? Yeah, I think I look at the potion this turn. Yikes. Try and give it more time to be impactful. I was really hoping to see something like a rolling bolt of there, to be honest. Reflects, and then... I really don't need to be double attack next turn, because the backliner is going to be inflicting vulnerability. Yep. God damn. I'm still alive for now. But not for long. Damn. Whoa, hang on. That was actually... Never mind. We're alive. We're actually extremely alive. This is the most alive I've ever been. Stardust is a really good card, both with Child of the Stars and Monarch's Gaze. Of course, it demands now that I find a way to solve our star cost problem. I'm going to train here. It's going to seem very, 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 very dumb. I'm going to train here. Then I'm going to go to this and see if I get... Nope, I didn't. Great. Then I'm going to rest. Just in case. It's not Miniature Tent, by the way. Miniature Tent is a shop relic, so it's only relevant there. Ooh. Yeah, Monarch's Gaze. We'll be in this fight long enough that that'll be relevant. It's because of the rest. The box. The box that you get when you rest. Oh, man, I can't explain this worse. Regal Pillow and the red mailbox. It's because of those two items, you say. Yeah, see, now we're all on the same page. I prefer to get items that trigger when you rest before you rest. Shackling Potion parry. It's back! Finally, I can kick it again. Sadly, none of those really help me. I mean... Patter a little bit, and I do need to add a defense... Do I need to add a defensive card? No, Star Generation's too important as the... Problem here is I'm gonna have to rest in this one as well, so this gear is not doing that much lifting. 2 additional damage per hit is definitely going on seduced. And then we can use the Star Potion to force Stardust to do a bunch more damage suddenly. Oh, cool. Child of the Stars, Falling Star, Hegemony. Got a lot of energy to work with this turn. Thankfully, I played that whole hand. Oh, that's a good reflect to see. Send 20 damage right back at you. Star Potion, and do it to him again. Cool. Hey, there we go, Regal Pillow! Whenever you rest, steal an additional 15 HP. Unfortunately, resting 3 times on the first floor is not something you want to be doing. Monologue. Whenever you play a card, gain 1 strength this turn. I don't take that. I've got too much setup and not enough payoff. I can't take that. I think I might have to take Glitter Stream here, just for defensive sake. Also, I'll be resting. Neither of those potions are permanent, so this fight is actually going to be a pretty struggle for us, I think. I really, really wanted some Star Generation cards is the thing. And without those, oh boy, things can go pretty south pretty quickly, because I need those. I mean, thank you for giving me the perfect turn to play Monarch's Gaze on. That was handy. Great Stardust. Fully defended us, as well as removed all the enemy's shield. I am dead now without using a Shackling Potion. Great. Okay, so everything's right on track. The second run should be starting any moment. How right was I about this? 29, 15, 29 and 15 is 44. I said that was going to do 40 damage to us. Did I not even possibly say that it was going to do 44? No, I didn't. I didn't, did I? Oh, I think I said it's going to do 40 damage to us, if not kill us. Yes. I recall now. With my brain. Look, I'll play the Stardust. Sure. I'll do it. It won't have an impact. There we go. All right, let's check what's going out on this second run. And in between the two, I'm actually going to restart the game so that the sound effects are fixed. All right, and we're back. Let's do it. Fishing rod? Oh, come on. Let it be fishing rod. If the path needs enough early aggression for me to take like a leap before a rest or something like that, if it demands it of me, then I probably need to go for the other. But no. We've got this winding early path where I can take a couple upgrades before I even have to take a single elite. Give me the fishing rod, and let me upgrade a couple of cards, please. I still hit the front line there because I fully block without changing my turn, and now, yeah, exactly. I have the ability to take out the front line with just 3 strikes. Will mean that I take 6 damage. But it means I avoid 7 as well as kill an enemy. I don't need to give any here. Enemies not attacking next turn. Volpot, alignment, hegemony, and parry. You take alignment when you already have high cost stuff. Or when you already have star generation. We have neither. Take an early hegemony though. Nothing too wrong with it. Definitely significantly better than the strikes we have in our base deck. Spoils of battle. Draw, a little bit more important in the world where I have hegemony. Forging a blade, also a little bit more important in the world where I have hegemony. I like Begone as well, because I really like the creation builds. That said, we don't have any additional pushes on this floor towards Begone. We don't have the Soulfish at the end of the floor. We don't have the Flog to fight either. So I'll take Spoils of Battle. No guaranteed shop on this line. Give me a relic. Hey, Dreamcatcher, whenever you rescue mad card to your deck. I like that. It's just free card. There's nothing wrong with getting it for free. Ugh. Unfortunately, due to the order of draws, I non-negotiably have to take damage there. 6 and 15. Wrought in War, deal 7 damage, Forge 7. I'm happy to take a single copy of that. I also like Cloak of Stars, especially when I have additional draw in the deck, but I do need a secondary source of forging. Ugh. Oh no, one of the question marks was a fight. Okay, this is... So I got too early. Yuck. I don't even have an AoE. No, this fight is gonna suck. No. I'm gonna give vulnerability to the target that I need to kill next turn, which is gonna be midline. Then hit you with strike and end. Hedge, enemy. Then I start focusing on the back line. I got Sovereign to follow that. Falling, strike, saves the Sovereign Blade for this turn, which I'll just throw it. Because I've got 2 turns still with this slug. Great, got him. Had to use a potion, but got through that pretty easily. Know Thy Place, Orbit, and Begone. We can get a lot of additional energy out of that Orbit. Okay, I'll take it. Not thrilled about this fight. This one's going to take health. I've got the hegemony set up for next turn. Yeah, so Spoils of Battle will be able to take you down then. Strike Sovereign. I'll Venerate. I may end up losing the Fat Gremlin, but 20 golds? I could lose 20 gold. Or I don't have to at all. Okay, for tier 2 fights, those went about as well as they possibly could have. Photon Cut, Devastate, and Royal Gamble. These are pushing me in a couple different directions at the same time. I'm not thrilled about it. I do have a pretty clean streak for a while, though, so if I want to take a Devastate and invest in it, I can. It's just... I feel like I'm probably better off not using that many stars in this deck. Take Photon Cut. One of these is going to be a rest, but I'll make that the one immediately after. Let's down cost Orbit. Oh, did it have to be a fight? Alright. I'll Spoils. Defend and then Photon. Yeah. Strike back atop the deck. Oh, no, that didn't work. I was thinking I put that strike back atop the deck because then there's the summon, but it wasn't the summon they were doing that turn. Oh, okay, never mind. I still got the upgraded strike on the right turn. Just happened to work out for us. Perfect. Refine Blade. Do I take a single copy of that? I don't take the Particle Wall for all the reasons previously mentioned. Yeah, I do. Strawberry, raise their max HP by 7. That's also another reason to hit the chest before resting. Because with a higher max HP, we rest and get a higher amount of health. Another copy of Hegemony, Lunar Blast. Cosmic Indifference. I could see a Cosmic Indifference, just a single copy. It's just useful deck fetch. I mean, it's not immediate. You do want it to be immediate, ideally, but... for some cards, not any cards that I have access to right now, but for some cards, it's better that it's later. What's that to my draw pile? Yeah, I got damage left in my draw pile. So I put vulnerability back in there. There we go. And then damage, damage, damage. Kill him. Energy potion. Versus another Photon Cut? No, none of these make the deck better than they make it worse, I think. Let's get the Hegemony upgrade for the additional energy and 3 damage. Okay. We can do that. Then the Refine makes Sovereign. Okay, good. I've got the break. It's really important we get the break now. God, without Orbit, this energy of this deck sucks. I thought we had a really good energy base. And then I played the opening of this fight. Good goddamn. It did not get better there. Okay, thank you. It's really important we weaken the enemy here. And then next turn is just Solve Blade. Strike. Block Potion, Lucky Fish, 7 stars. Buddy, I told you, no stars! No stars! It's offered me so many of the creation cards at this point. I feel like it's mocking me because I chose not to go with that. There's nothing wrong with me taking a single Begone, is there? There's a lot wrong with taking a 7 stars, especially considering it's not even that good damage against the Waterfall Giant for us. It's good setup from the next floor, but unfortunately it also demands that I do more setup to set up, so... Let's skip. Good thing we had a shield bot that turn, or we were taking a lot of damage. Defend. Throw the Gemini back atop the deck. Enemy's not doing anything next turn, so I can use that to gain a bunch of Hegemony. Nope. None of those are making us much more powerful. Good lord. I'll rest here. We'll draft another card. Hopefully a good one. Thank you, Furnace. I would like to be forging. Yes. Once every turn. Yes, please. That might actually... Oh. Orbit in the opening hand. Hang on. Hang on. There might be a run brewing here. Defend, and then Hegemony. Oh my god. I might actually have energy between turns as well. And then the Spoils of Battle, Refine the Blade. Oh boy, I can do everything. Literally everything, in fact. Of course, the faster I manage to kill you... the far less steam eruption damage we'll have to take. Oh, come on. Well, I suppose this is probably my fault for not putting any defensive cards in my deck. I can see how those could have been useful now in retrospect. Buddy, you know where the Sovereign Blade is, right? Couldn't you give me Couldn't you have given it to me this time? Come on. Just a Sovereign Blade between friends. Wrought in War, Sovereign Blade, Photon Cut to throw the Falling Star back atop the draw pile so that I might be able to weaken the enemy this turn. I have to play the Spores of War to try and do that. That doesn't do that. I'll defend, causing a difference. Put something atop the deck, defend. Oh, it's so close. I'm not ready to give up. I want to get to the second floor. I bet there's something cool there. Oh, I can't wait to see what's on the second floor for the first time. I just really hope it's not bee-themed. I don't like bees. I'm scared of bees. I mean, come on. It's the Silken Tress. We rock the silky tresses and see what they give us. Thankfully, we've also got another 3 upgrade line over on the hard left there. Same. Strikes. Beautiful. 13 as well. Hey, and the vulnerability to be able to use it. Great. Yep, that's as good as that fight could have gone. Know thy place. Know thy place. I mean, it's got to be just Celestial Might for damage. It's 2 energy to do 48 damage to a single target after the upgrade. Yeah, I could slither that. Whoa, hang on. I could transform that. I could transform it into Peck, and it would retain the replay, so it would be 2x3 twice, so 2x6, upgraded to 2x8 for the first time I play it, which, I mean, that synergizes with a couple of different things that this guy does In particular, anything that gives me vigor, so patter, there's the uncommon that just, yeah, terraforming. Obviously, resonance would work really well with that as well. We have a lot of things that care about multiple hits. Beat into shape cares about you hitting multiple times for the sake of the forging, so that would be a really good pairing with it, but unfortunately we're in rares at this point, so it's hard to plan around them. Of course, Monarch's Gaze would benefit most from it. I don't know, I kind of want to slither it so that it's easier to play, but what if it becomes harder to play? Would I double Toric Toughness? Double Toric Toughness is insane defense the first time you play it. You know what? Yeah. Oh, you butt. Really? Why can't I transform it? Hey! No! If you're not gonna let me transform that card, I'm gonna choose Heck. Because I've already got a multi-attack in the deck, so I care about multi-attacks already. How dare you, though? Guiding Star, Hidden Cache, and Seduced. I'm going to take Hidden Cache so I can start preparing to actually cast a Star Cost card. I mean, I'd prefer to gather light rather than start working on a blade next to this. I'm not taking a fight for a while, so I can definitely take the health. And a game. Definitely upgrade our big damage card first. Thankfully, we're not weakened here. So I can just return to my default plan of murder the backline and then move on. Furnace Rod in War Photon Carts. I think I get away with nothing there. Akabeko at the start of combat, gain 8 vigor! Unfortunately, that still only counts for the first strike. Not first strike, but first play of Celestial Might. The second play will not have the vigor applied to it, but it's still a lot of damage. And it's good incentive not to attack with just a strike there. Yeah, let's Celestial Might instead. See what I mean? It's still good damage. Good damage, Brent. Kingly Kick. Deck's pretty thin at the moment. We could work with that, but I could also take that charge and cut a bunch of cards out of the deck. And that sounds even better to me. I'm going to take the opportunity to rest here, just in case. Like, I don't think this fight's going to go tragically wrong for me. It's better to be prepared than sad about it. Two block potions for the final fight on this floor would actually be really handy, so I'll try and hold on to those if possible. We're all good, and then Celestial Might finishes the fight. Attack Potion, Gamma Blast. Yes, that is a good way to keep up vulnerability and weakness, and I have the stars for it, easily. Oh, what an opening turn. Hidden case, charge through double defend, and then peck for 48 damage. Perfect. No damage taken. Bronze scales, energy potion. Glows pretty good. Take that. Single copy. And then let's get the charge upgraded, because I'm gonna delete a fair few cards in this deck over the course of the fight. Hey, great turn to use our first block potion. Let's get bad damage out of the deck first. Make sure I'm steeled up with stars. I do think I probably go straight for the Kin Priest in this fight, just because I'll be throwing minion dive bombs. And I've already got vulnerability set up on her, so like I think it's a much easier time for me to just throw them back. There'll be better turns to block potion if I do need to use that. Sucks to be weak this turn, but that doesn't mean we don't play our best cards. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. That's a lot of damage coming in there. I can definitely make the next hand lethal. 11, 21, 33, defend is safety? I'm gonna glow first. We got through it. Tyranny. Crash landing. Again, game's taunting me like, you sure you don't want to take the card creation deck? You sure? You sure? You sure? I like Tyranny here. Study turn, draw a card, exhaust a card from your hand. Between that and charge, we'll cut the deck down to like very few cards very quickly. So I just need to take better copies of base cards. Alternative is recognizing that I have very, very weak AoE, and Crash Landing promises to solve that problem, as well as give us card creation as a sub-theme in the deck. As a sub-theme in a deck that already has charge as well, and is quite thin for this point in the game. How dare you convince me? That's not fair. What about this Neutron Aegis? Is it? Okay, let's look back at the other ones. I'll take the Crash Landing. A very hot cocoa. Interesting. I'm very glad to have finally seen Act 2. Unfortunately, it is based on bees. It is a hive, and I'm terrified. My timbers are shivering. You don't even want to know what's happening to my flappers. That's right, Ghasted. Exactly. I want to go Elite Hunting. I took Crash Landing so I'd have a response to Decimillipede, and then what? I'm gonna walk away from all of the opportunities to fight Decimillipede? I don't think this deck especially needs Very Hot Cocoa. I do think Big Hug, just cut 4 cards from this deck, puts us in a position where like, suddenly, charge is destroying good cards, which actually might be fine. As long as my good cards in the deck are impactful enough, I end the fights before charge, like, becomes a problem. And there's, you know, there's a semi-appropriate line that I can take on this floor. should probably hit the shop early as well. Yeah, just considering. Alright. Hug me bigly. I wanna see... I mean, the soot's not really gonna be relevant to us, to be fair. Wouldn't it have been fun if that killed the enemy and saved me 14 health here? I think that would have been fun. I don't think I need another Celestial Might. I think the second one would be the bad one, and every time I see it, I'd be like, "Aw, Celestial Might." Beatdown. Play 3 random attacks from your discard pile. That's a pretty fun way to avoid paying the costs for things. Play out Gamma Blast and then Falling Star and then pay them for free. Beatdown. Oh, you upgrade. If you upgraded to reduce your cost, I would have taken you actually, but because you don't, I won't. It's definitely cut. I mean, I want to cut Falling Star. I think Falling Star is pretty low impact in this deck at the moment. I think a lot of the time it's going to be my charge target. I think playing it makes it harder for me to play Gamma Blast as consistently as I want to. And the reason I cut it before cutting Defense is because Whetstone now upgrades to random attacks and it hits Gamma Blast and Crash Landing, 2 cards that remain in the deck. I don't think I empty my hand consistently enough to use Screaming Flagon. I do think I do it sometimes, but it's usually with the setup of having played Charge on previous turns. Is sometimes enough? Sometimes might be enough. I'm taking it, because I think sometimes is enough, and I'll take an Energy Potion so I do it more commonly. Again, this is just, like, force my way through the Decimillipede fight. Wait, if I transform Celestial Might, would you still have the replay on you? If I transformed you in combat? I don't know. But I'd like to. That... I do care about card draw in this deck. I mean, it's antithetical to the whole Screaming Flagon but all, but it's good for a lot of other things, and I think a single Guiding Star, especially upgraded, is very valuable. Wait, hang on. Am I taking left or right? What am I doing with this line? Right side is 2 upgrades, 2 elites, 2 question marks. Left side is 3 upgrades. Sorry, 3 elites, 2 upgrades. Oh, 3 elites, 2 upgrades. Yeah. It's that one. Gamma Blast, then Venerate Guiding. I'm gonna use Energy Potion this turn. I'm gonna add so much damage to this deck because I don't want the enemy to get to their next turn. Got him. Know thy place. 0 cost, and it adds Weaken Bomb. It's a good setup. And also a little bit helpful for the old Screaming Flagon of it all. I mean, I kind of got to transform Celestial Might here. Oh, it doesn't keep the... it doesn't keep it. Why? Just because I need as much defense as available this turn. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't kill you. So I'm just best served not... Really? 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 There's my defense cards, just right up next in the deck. Oh, that's actually going to cause problems for us. Right. Well, interesting. Cool and fun and being cool and happy and normal, and they're dead. Orbit, Guiding Star, Begone. No. I mean, I could benefit from Orbit, and I should probably take a copy. Not feeling great about the Flesh Cube fight here, though. I create enough cards that I'll take Arsenal. Perfect, and then, oh, why? Why, just because I didn't have any health? Just go around killing people because they don't have any health and refuse to draw more than a single defensive card? To be fair, I got a lot of aggressive cards. Yeah, I definitely needed more defensive cards. 10 to 19. I mean, you know, this was a case of not drawing them, but the case of not drawing them is because I didn't draft them. So usually, if you find yourself in a position of, oh man, I can't believe I just never drew the cards I needed. It's usually because you needed more of those cards. Usually. I'm not going to say there aren't, you know, the exceptional circumstances in variance. I've definitely experienced them in my life. You play enough games, you will. But this consistency of it is definitely on me. I mean, you know, Weaken is absolutely a defensive card as well. Glue doesn't necessarily count, especially if I have the energy to play it. It's just, I was way too selective. I didn't see like a patter after that point. Did I see that many defensive cards recently? Glitterstream, which I ignored in this shop, but to be fair, I think that was probably reasonable. Although Screaming Flagon didn't need to... Obviously, it literally never triggered for the entire rest of the run, right? Although I barely ever had time where I was able to play charge as well because I was kind of behind the 8-ball immediately because my defense don't defend, so it's either kill on turn 1 or take a bunch of damage. And I elected for option 2 almost universally. So picking up Glitterstream here could have helped, but given our energy problems at this point, I don't think it really would have helped. Glitterstream just would have been bad defense. Gamma Blast Rod in War, that wouldn't have helped. Refined Strike, that wouldn't have helped. Begone, Guiding Star, that wouldn't have helped. So we didn't have the card selections to fix this flaw. One thing I should have considered more, though, was my plan was safe here and then very risky here. So these two fights, I mean, they even did a lot of damage to me, which still tells me that I don't have enough defensive cards in the deck. We even performed really well in the last progenitor fight, but that was only because I killed them before they could do damage, which again tells me I don't have enough defense in the deck. In fact, I've got too much damage, if anything. But these two fights were also both going to be tier 2 fights, like hard fights for the floor. And then my plan, after those two hard fights, was to roll into an elite fight and then one rest before going for another elite. This was a bad path for me to have taken. Alternatives that I could have considered, I mean, pretty much anything on that right side is kind of going to be similar to that. We just experienced the same thing. I could take this and then dodge the first elite and then decide how aggressive I feel afterwards. That would have given me a lot more time to try and put together additional solutions. And if I'd realized while doing that, oh, defense is a thing that I need to cover, and then gotten the option to, maybe things would have been different. But definitely having only the option on this floor for Glitterstream to secure our defense and just both not taking it and it also not necessarily being enough for the deck really locked us into a doom spiral. I don't know what I thought I was going to do against those elites. The Flesh Cube does damage to you like every turn. Like, I was going to have to take a bunch of damage. I wonder if maybe I should have gone Golden Compass in recognition of taking the easier early path, which Golden Compass gives you, to try and give me a little bit more time to put together defense. Another reason that I would have been able to do that is just looking at the deck and going, oh, how many defend cards do I have? I've got Gather Light and my basic defends. Everything I need to do on this floor has to tend towards keeping me alive. Otherwise, I am already dead. I should have been able to recognize that at this point. And Big Soot is a decision that I made, a Big Hug rather, is a decision I made that made us much more immediately aggressive and capable of winning fights by killing the enemy before they kill us. But it did nothing about keeping us alive. And we were always going to have to do that. I mean, the crab fight, like, unless we explode you by turn 4, we're taking a rocket. Alas. We've been dethroned. The hell? They spelled Flesh Cube wrong. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2, top left. As all of my series playlists for all of my content on this game, past, present, and future, YouTube recommendations are down below, streaming past. Those are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays out above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Cold Heart. Hopefully you're all enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.